Hey y'all, hey, it is your balloon bestie Karen Sawyer with another fun and easy tutorial. Today you're going to learn how to easily create this Christmas tree. It's easier than 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get this party popping. All right, so let's get this party popping. So it's up to you what color you do your tree. I'm going to do this one in a lime green today. And so what we're going to need for this one are 2 different size balloons. I'm going to use an 11-inch, and then you can use a 16 or an 18-inch balloon, okay? So for the smaller balloon, I need 30 11-inch balloons. And then I'm going to need 15 16-inch or 18-inch balloons. All right, so let me go ahead and get these inflated, and I'll be right back. Correction, when you count out your balloons, I told you we're going to use 2 sizes. You're actually using 3 sizes because the last 2 rows at the top, they need to be either a 7-inch balloon or 5-inch balloon, okay? So you'll be using 3 different sizes. So in this case, I used a 16-inch balloon, an 11-inch balloon, and a 5-inch. We're using a 5-pack on this recipe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tie 2 balloons together, and you're gonna do 2 of those. So you have 2 duplets. Then you're gonna take your 3rd balloon, and you're gonna tie it right here. Take these 2 nozzles, pull them together like they're one, and tie the 3rd one in. And then this is gonna be a quint, okay? We're going to do it all in one action. Do not tie it first. I'm going to go ahead and twist it into these 2 that I have together. Okay? I'm going to wrap it in, and then I'm going to tie it. Okay? Just like that. Now you're going to have to pull pretty tight. These are pretty big balloons. Now if you use an 18-inch, it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, so now these are tied together, and then I have 3. Then I'm going to take my duplet, and I'm going to pull it into, let me back this up a little bit so you can see me. All right, so then I'm going to just take this, right where the knots are, and I'm going to pull it right in the center of these other knots, okay? Just pull it in. That's all you do. And when you pull it in, you're going to twist. So get that in there, and then do 1 twist, okay? And then what you should have is your quints or your 5-pack. Okay, so then you'll have something that looks like that. All right, so let me finish inflating, and I'll be right back. Now you can do this frameless, or you could do it on a frame. I'm going to do this one frameless today. Now you're going to go ahead and make yourself some water weights, or you can make sand weights. If you don't have a sand machine, you can use a water bottle. I'll have to do a video and show you how to use a water bottle to do sand. But I'm going to use sand today, okay? So I'm going to use 2 because I really want some heavy weight, okay? So if you're using the water, you can use 2 of these, right? But don't make them little. You're going to really need some weight on these, okay? So I'm just tying at the nozzle, and I'm going to have some really heavy weights. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these in the center of the bottom, which is the 16 inches inflated to approximately 14 or 15 inches. It's up to you. Okay, so I went ahead and placed the weight on the bottom. And all I did was just crossed it. Okay, I'm trying to get a close-up picture so you can see it. Once you put the weight on it, it will sit flat. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and start stringing it. So I'll come back and show you how I string that up. Show you one more time. Once you have your duplet, you take your 3rd balloon before you have tied it, and you simply tie that in. And you tie this with these 2 nozzles here. Okay, there's 2 nozzles in my hand. And you're going to tie that together. And that's going to give you your 3, okay, triplet. Then you're going to take and make another duplet. And it's tied. Okay? Then you're going to go ahead and pull this straight in where the nozzles are, where it's tied. where all the knots are. You're gonna simply pull it straight in, and then do one twist, and then you'll have yourself your 5-pack. Okay? Yeah, so I'm back. All of the balloons have been inflated, so I'm going to go ahead and start stringing it up. Again, like I said, you can use framing if you like, but this one is a frameless one with sand weights, or you could use water weights. So I'm going to use 260 balloons tied together to string it up. You can use monofilament, you can use curling ribbon, you can use backer line, whatever your preference is, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this in the center of this balloon. I'm going to go ahead and take my camera on the floor so you can see better. All right. Okay, so now that's tied in. I'm gonna go ahead and start stacking. Oh. All right. All right, now, this is a 16-inch balloon inflated to approximately 15, or you can do 14 inches. It's up to you, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and stack it with my next balloon. So this one is inflated to 13 inches. And let me place this down here so you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and situate this so that I can string it in. Now these are a little cumbersome because it's so big. But once you get started, it'll be easy, I promise you, okay? So it's stacked right on top. It fits like a puzzle piece right between this opening, okay? Don't stack this to be straight like that. You don't want that. You want it just like that, like a puzzle piece, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my 260 here, okay? I'm gonna wrap it all the way around. Right around the center, okay? And then I'm gonna come back up like a figure 8. We'll do it another time. Just make sure it's really tight. All right, so that's there. Then the next is also a 16-inch balloon, okay, that I inflated. Dust on it. Okay, so this one is inflated to 11 inches. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on. So let me move you up a little bit so you can see. All right, so I'm just coming straight up the center, and I have a nice pressure. So I'm going straight across it, coming back around like a figure 8. I'm gonna do that one more time. Okay, and that's in there. So once you string it, it's gonna stay flat. Okay, so we have our 15-inch at the bottom, 13-inch, 11-inch. Those are the 16-inch balloons. Remember I said you can use 18-inch balloon if you have it. The next balloons are gonna be 11 inches, okay? So the first one is inflated to 9 inches, okay? Now, just a note to yourself. If you are inflating and you're bagging them, you might want to write on the balloon on the side where no one will see the sizes of the balloon. So right now, I am looking for a 9-inch balloon. So you're going to put the number towards the bottom so no one can see that. So go ahead and put that on here. Ooh. Okay, so that's going to fit just like that. Grab my... Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Okay, let me turn this a little bit. So I'm going to go across, do a figure 8, I'll do that again. Okay, and that's on there. And then I'm going to do my 8 inches. It's right there. See, I have on there 0.8, so that's 8 inches. So let me back this up so you can see. All right, so that goes toward the bottom so no one can see my numbers. Now, if you were stringing this up as you were going along like on the site, you don't have to do that. But if you're inflating beforehand, then trust me, you need to do that. All right, now we're going down to the 7 inch, which should be this one right here. Okay, and then we are down to 6 inches. Now, I'm still using an 11-inch balloon, okay? I haven't changed the size of the balloon yet, okay? All right, now, we're down to the last 2. Now this is when you use your 5-inch balloon, okay? So this next one, it measures to approximately 4.5 inches, but I used a 5-inch balloon. And then the last one, I'm gonna put a star on top of this, but this one measures out to approximately 4 inches, okay? And this is a 5-inch balloon. And this is the top. And I'm going to wrap this around and give it a tie. Okay? And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to put a star on it, and I'm going to put my ornaments. But you'll see that this is frameless, and because my weight is heavy, it's sturdy. Okay? I think my camera is crooked because it looks crooked when I'm looking in the camera, but it's not because it's laying flat on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to come back with my star and my ornaments, and then our Christmas tree will be complete. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. I've decided that I don't like the way this ended, so I'm going to taper it. So I went ahead and added another row of 5-inch balloons, and this measures out to approximately 3.5 inches, okay, because this was 4. So I'm going to add that. There we go. I like that taper better. And actually, you could probably put one more there if you choose to. Remember, you are the designer. And you already know. I decided to put one more row on this. All right. So this is about 2.5, 3 inches. Really small. Okay. I just really want a nice taper. But that star is going to help that too. So, see if I have any more left on this. I do. I have more room on my 260. I can show you how tall that is. Look how tall that is. All right, so let me put my star. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have that part done, we're going to take it to the next step. And we're going to add some little ornaments, or you might want to call them berries. If you want to do them as ornaments, you can do them just with one balloon using a 5-inch balloon. You can use your inflator or hand pump. And so if you were to do them as ornaments, you can use all the same color or different colors, and you would just inflate it with 1 or 2 pumps, and then you would individually place them there with some adhesive. I'm going to do mine as berries, and I'm going to do them as triplets, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do this and turn on my inflator, and after I've inflated it, I'll show you how I'm going to incorporate it into the tree. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so once you've done your duplet, you tie them, then you're going to need an individual. So you're going to just pull this into the center where these 2 are tied. You're going to treat the 2 nozzles as one, okay, when you tie. So pull those up together, hold on to this, wrap it in, and tie, okay? And there you go. All right, so let me go ahead and inflate the rest and I'll be right back. Okay, so take your flattened 260. You can use the same color as the balloon that you've used or clear, okay? So in this case, I'm using clear, and you just tie 2 of your clusters together on either end, okay? And then we're gonna put it on that way. Just like that. Okay, so your tree is complete. I added a white bow. If you don't know how to do that, go and watch one of my reels. I'll show you how to easily make a bow out of balloons. So I used white, so there was a contrasting color. And then the little red clusters coordinate obviously with my red topper. You may use whatever you choose. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, keep learning, creating, and celebrating. Bye, y'all.